march, right? Go ahead, you have.
Drake, did you say you can take tips?
Tips, scholarship, 30 guys. I see the cars outside, 30 guys. But, good morning, everyone. A lot of familiar faces. Just so glad to be back in the boardroom with you all. We're very excited to share a little bit about the Lincoln March. You all know me, Drake Smith, junior political science major. I'll let Mackenzie and Jason introduce themselves.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mackenzie Hanks. I'm also a political science major.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Davis. I'm a health science major. I'm a senior in Philadelphia.
All right.
You didn't put that there. That's the news clip. Ms. Brown should have shared with all the trustees, just the clips and all the news articles. Hopefully they work. Please watch that on your, they're pretty nice. They did a good job with those. You want to start?
So we had the Lincoln University March for full funding to Harrisburg. And it's an example of our Lincoln's learners, liberators, and leaders.
There you go.
So the whole reason we marched, our why, is to get House Bill 14612 to a vote after a 5-month standstill. It was passed by the House. It was just sitting in the Senate.
So this is the inspiration behind the march. Last March, I was able to go to Selma, Alabama for the 58th anniversary of the Selma Bridge crossing. And I have one clicker. If you see it, it works. It works. It's probably the laser. But if you see in the corner, you see that very dapper gentleman. His name is Rural A. Cornwell, class of 1937 from Lincoln University. Right before I left for Selma, Alabama, I was in the archives looking for something, and this box was not neatly on the shelf. It was like out of place, like just asking to go into it. And I opened it, and there's a big folder that says Selma March 1965. And I opened it up, and it's all these pictures. It was probably about 10 or so pictures that his friend had took. So you can see him right here, and this is him at the march and his friend. And these are never before seen pictures of Dr. King speaking when he gave his famous "How Long, Not Long" speech. And this is actually him marching along with Ralph Abernathy, Roy Wilkins, John Lewis, Jose Williams, F.D. Reese, all those civil rights marchers. And this is the Lincoln legacy we're talking about. And everything I try to do is rooted in our Lincoln legacy. And when I saw that there was a Lincoln graduate that was there in 65, I made sure I printed out those pictures. So this is a picture of one of the original marchers. His name is Reverend Nathan Knight from South Carolina. And I showed him the picture that they had taken, and he's just starting name off name and everything coming back to him. And so there's always a Lincoln connection. But I saw that and I was just like, how'd they do that march? And then that was just in the back of my head. So then when I heard that, you know, we're missing $19 million, I said, we gotta do something big and bold, something that's worth $19 million. So I told Mackenzie, let's do a march. And she's crazy enough to say yes. So we did some question. We told Jason, we had another organizer, but he already went home. Isaiah Johnson, definitely want to shout him out. But next slide.
So basically we call this the blueprint, our drawing plan. These are also just some pictures of us along the way. We were together for 3 days, so we become the best of friends in 3 days of fighting together, marching together.
Okay, so the blueprint, this is basically how it went down, the overall spread of it. We marched over 60 miles, starting here at Lincoln at the Arches. We had our press conference there. We walked about a mile to, it was a crossroads. It was a crossroads. It was a byway, traveling the highways, like what we like to say that we crossed. We stopped in Lancaster, Elizabethtown, and Harrisburg. With other few stopping towns along the way. We had vests, gloves, protective gear to make sure that we were safe along the way. Everyone was accounted for at all times. That was one of my biggest things, the safety for everyone. You can ask them that it was every day. Everybody good? Did everybody eat? Did everybody do this? And, you know, we just wanted to make sure that was the best experience for everyone. And then the student vehicle convoy behind us. Myself along with Zach, we actually rolled in some of the cars just to make sure that we had stopping points for everyone. That when there wasn't sidewalks, that we had enough space for people to either walk along the side of the road or to get into the car so we can get them to the next, sidewalk. And then, we had food, beverages, essentials, we had as many snacks as we could eat, and that was the best part. And then, we passed House Bill 1461, and eventually, when we got to the state capitol, that's what we did. We were, I guess, mini lobbyists for the day, and we did what we had to do. Okay, so the supporters, we had financial support from everywhere. I think all across the country. It was actually nice to see how well it picked up towards the end of the week when we were actually getting started. So we started off with Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Eastern region donated, what was it, $1,000 great. And then Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated New Chapter Alumni Board also donated $1,000 with Black Voters Matter donated $1,500. Alumni Association of Lincoln University, of course, $1,000. Laborers Local 413, $1,000. Moyer's Furniture Store. So that's a funny story. That was one of our stopping points so we could get to the next town over. We stopped at Moyer's in Mount Joy, PA. And the woman the owner of the establishment, she came out, she said, well, what's this? What's this Lincoln University bus? I've never seen it. We see you wearing protective gear. What are you guys doing? We said, oh, well, we're doing a march for $19 million, 66 miles. She said, wow, that's amazing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into my establishment. I'm gonna write you a check right now, right here, right now. And then that's what she did. She wrote us a $500 check and she gave it to her just because that she's seen a movement in us and she, felt that, and that's what we're all about. Creating a Lincoln legacy within, creating a Lincoln legacy while we walk. That was awesome to see. And there's a lot of more, single contributors. So it was absolutely, I guess it was a blessing in disguise to do something like this and see how much support, you can get behind Lincoln.
Yeah, because originally the plan really was just eat, sleep, and walk. I don't know how, but we were just gonna do it, and Dr. Allen said, yeah, Drake, it's not gonna work. He made sure that we said, when I left, I said, no undue risk. So we're gonna make sure that everyone is just as safe as they can be, because I don't want anybody clipped by a truck on E96. But this was truly a rainbow coalition, if you will, support from all over. Labor unions, obviously, are great alumni, local people, and we totaled up to, you can't see it, but $10,000 we raised, $10,000, just cash value that we raised. But then also there are people, we had a hotel donate to us.
We had an Airbnb donated to us for Saturday. The owner of the property, she heard about our call, and I called her. And I was like, listen, we just need somewhere to stay. I don't care how many beds are in there. We plan to sleep on the floor. We actually asked for the smaller property and she upgraded us. We got off the phone. She Googled what was going on and she upgraded us for her biggest property. And then she let us stay there for free for the night. And then this also doesn't include the Amazon donations that we received for these supplies. Everything that we had on, everything we ate, everything was donated, was covered for. We didn't come out of pocket for anything. We still have some leftover money. We'll go over the plans for the money, but more than blessed and highly favored throughout this whole march.
Yeah, so like I said, Rainbow Coalition, the brightest color is blue and white. Alright, cool. I think you like this side. I think you like this side. We got to Harrisburg, the Alumni Association of the Harrisburg chapter reached out to us and they said, hey, we want to provide dinner. And they provided dinner, but also we met them on the State Street Bridge on Sunday. And I didn't know this, but like the Q's have like a firehouse in Harrisburg. And I was never so happy to see a Q in my life. But happy belated Founders Day. Okay, that's all you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get. Here's the potatoes. Okay, look. So we're coming through Elizabethtown, and I don't know, like a cherry from heaven. We see Fred Sinclair, Kyle Carey come down with water, snacks, Gatorades for us. And that's actually a video. I think we downloaded it, so it might not play. I think you just downloaded the still image, but we've had alumni just come down and stop what they're doing. You know, they gave us water and stuff so we could refuel, because as you can imagine, 66 miles, that's a long way to go, you can run out of water, so, it was just, it was fantastic,
This is when we stopped for lunch, what was her name? Sabrina Lamb, yes, she actually drove all the way from New York, Harlem, New York. Drove all the way from Harlem, New York to meet us in Little Lancaster to bring us Subway sandwiches. And that's what I'm from the class.
Yeah, it's from the class of 78.
She told us she graduated in 1854.
She is a Lincoln Lion, and she came in great, not the 6-inch subs, we got foot. We all had food, we had cookies, we had, gummy bears, chocolate chip cookies, she had drinks, and everything was taken care of. And it was really refreshing to see a Lincoln alum right there supporting with us. She actually drove behind us for like the rest of the day, just to see us off, and called us every day, texted us every day. She also assisted with the planning process and connected us with a lobbyist, David Dix. He helped us like set everything up and, just added to our vision, cause like Drake said, the plan was to eat, sleep, walk. At first, we, were thinking about camping out. I'm glad we strayed away from that. But Sabrina was one of our biggest advocates in helping us figure this out.
Like I said, we are big on the legacy aspect, and Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, there's a church, it's called Wesley Union AME Zion Church, it's the oldest black church in Harrisburg, founded in like 1813, around that time, so like just, lots of history. And I got a call from Reverend David T. Miller, the pastor, also Brett. He was like, I wanna help you out, and they provided us just a great meal. Fried chicken, yams, mac and cheese. It was, I thought.
It was a southern spread.
I thought we were gonna lose weight on this journey. Food was really good. When Jason was good.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, I didn't think we didn't talk that whole dinner. It was not very finger sweating and that's it.
But that was a very nice moment for us, because anybody that knows the civil rights movement knows that the black church played a very, very strong part in that. And with the civil rights movement, also the HBCUs played a very strong role. So here we have this modern era of black church supporting the first HBCU, right? So it's very full circle, very historic, very nice. And the chicken was great, man. It ain't pretty, but it was great.
And even got offered to never stay there, right? So, what is it? After 5 months, House Bill 1461 was brought to vote, Senate vote 45-5, House vote 149 to 54, and House bill was signed by, PA Governor Josh Shapiro. So it was basically, before we went in there, it was, went through Senate appropriations, never got passed. And we were, it was the last time that we really wanted to make a push for it. So that's why, Drake came up with this idea, and he came to us to bring it to fruition, I guess, to say. So, before then, like we said, it did not pass appropriations, didn't get to the Senate, to the floor, but, with a little push from Little Lincoln, we got it get through.
It actually got passed to the Appropriations Committee while we were having our press conference in the Capitol on Monday. It was the first item on the agenda on Tuesday. They went into recess, but on Wednesday, it passed. Then Wednesday afternoon, it passed through the House, and then by Thursday afternoon, it was signed by the governor. So this was in a standstill, I wanna say, since August, and in 3 days, since July, in about 3 days, we were able to kind of change the narrative. Our biggest thing was to at least bring awareness to the issue, right? Because not everybody either knew this was going on or was paying attention to it, right? Especially not Little Lincoln. They weren't paying attention to us, but we reminded them how mighty we are. We may be smaller than the other institutions, but our impact and our footprint is just as mighty as everybody else, if not greater.
Greater.
Mm.
They were the only ones who marched, but all the other schools benefited too.
I mean, it was bigger.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it was bigger than us. Yes, we did this for Lincoln, but we marched for those other state-related institutions as well, because that's the liberator and the leaders that we are.
Right.
Video highlights, we're gonna make sure that, the board gets this, so they can go through those, but I wanted to make sure that I invited you all today. We are very grateful. Everybody told me that the march is what pushed the narrative over. Minutes after that bill passed, my phone was blowing up with every senator and representative just letting me know, and I let people know, even that night, I get a call from the governor's office, said, we're gonna sign it, right? So you all made a point that I couldn't make by myself, you know, for those 5 months. And so we appreciate you, but more than that, we appreciate how much you all appreciate the tradition of civil engagement, of helping the rest of us to understand that our voices still matter, that we can make a difference. We are so proud to call you our Lincoln students, and we'll be extra proud to invite you into our alumni group once you get out of here. But you know, keep it going. Keep the voices raised, because you all just did excellent work, and I wanted to make sure that the board got a chance to say thank you.
And I do want to say, on behalf of this board, thank you. Thank you for your activism. Thank you for your leadership.
Even though y'all snuck around me to get it done.
Very
That's what it's all about, right?
I also wanna add, so these are the marchers. And then I also wanna add, moving forward, right? Because this is just the beginning. It's more to be done than just getting these funds, because this is the third time that this has happened in the 90s, or I would say the third time that I know of. Happened in the 90s, 2013, and then again in 2023. And this cannot continue to happen. And additionally, the amount of money is, listen, we love the increase, but we want to continue to advocate for our university. So instead of having reactive measures like a march, I feel like we need to be more proactive. And that takes the students as well, but I would also love for all of us to be a part of that, to engage students and have them be civically engaged. Voting is a means of proactive communication. So I feel like, I would love to partner with the university to prioritize civic engagement and voting on a campus-wide level. And what that means to me is like reminder posts on Instagram and all of our socials. Also, a partnering, I know we have the call center that we just got started up, making those reminder phone calls. Hey, it's time to vote. If you have questions, this is who you can reach out to. This is how you get, registered to vote. Here are some resources on how to do your research, right? Because you can register to vote. We register students to vote, but you have to be informed to make an informed decision and go to the polls, right? And then also assisting with the primaries and election day. So I'm also one of the I prioritize civic engagement. The primaries is the hardest, that students don't submit their mail-in ballots, right? We're not here, so we have to mail our ballots in, and it's often overlooked because it is the end of the semester, right? So I wanna say, my sophomore year, including 3 of us, we probably got 20 mail-in ballots, right? That's not enough to make an impact, right? We had a march to the polls. We did better this year, but there's still more work to be done, right? To have a representative in that position who is fighting for us, but fighting for us every day. So we don't have to walk to Harrisburg, right? We can still go and support, because I feel like the best advocates for ourselves is ourselves, right? Getting ourselves in those rooms. But if we have an advocate and a supporter of Lincoln, it makes it a little bit easier and it's more proactive. So I would like to ask you all to help us help each other to make Lincoln a better place, and continue for Alliance to have that legacy and create that legacy, so we can create more learners, more leaders, and liberals.
Amen.